Resources for women's development must be prioritized, according to the Prime Minister. And Vietnam grants visa exemption for citizens of 12 countries. In the world news, crackdown on scam centers in northern Myanmar.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is now 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Thu Linh bringing you the latest updates. Now celebrating the 115th anniversary of International Women's Day and the upcoming 50th anniversary of Vietnam's Reunification Day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with female heroes of the People's Armed Forces, labor heroes and female generals, and attended the 40th anniversary celebration and announcement of the Kovalevskaya Award. The government leader extended his heartfelt wishes to all Vietnamese women and emphasized prioritizing resources for their development, particularly in science, economics, and social sectors, ensuring equal access to innovation, digital transformation, and international integration. Acknowledging the Kovalevskaya Awards 4 decades of honoring female scientists in natural sciences, he proposed expanding the awards to recognize women's achievements in economics, social sciences, and research. Also, on the occasion of International Women's Day, March the 8th, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Friday called on the international community to step up efforts to protect and promote the rights of women and girls. While acknowledging significant achievements in women's rights, Guterres emphasized that progress remains insufficient. He noted that violent discrimination and economic inequality against women remain pressing issues. The Secretary General warned that women's rights are under threat globally. On International Women's Day, he urged the world to listen to the voices of women and girls and accelerate concrete actions to achieve gender equality. Continuing with stories celebrating women's achievements, their roles in modern society have evolved dramatically, becoming more diverse than ever, including in aviation. While piloting was once considered exclusively a man's profession, female pilots have proven themselves equal to their male counterparts. They meet all the rigorous requirements: physical strength, health, mental fortitude, and the determination to handle high-pressure situations. Now today, on March the 8th, we are proud to share the story of Vietnam's airline's youngest female co-pilot and her remarkable career.
Checking the equipment and parameters in the cockpit, discussing the route and weather in detail. These are the familiar pre-flight preparations of Lam Tung Chi, who follows the same protocols as any other pilot. Chi began her flight training at age 20, and in just 6 years, she has accumulated 1,300 flight hours to become Vietnam Airlines' youngest co-pilot.
As first officer, when I board the plane, I'm responsible for checking the cockpit security, verifying button positions, and ensuring there are no foreign objects on board.
Female pilots perform just as well as their male counterparts. What stands out is their professionalism and precision in flight operations, along with their strong knowledge base. This makes me completely confident when flying alongside them. These confident, proficient, and professional operations result from extensive study at home and abroad, along with developing skills and fortitude through rigorous training.
2,500.
Operations and handling situations are taught thoroughly and systematically. Female pilots consistently demonstrate the same resilience as their male colleagues. In academic performance, female pilots often excel in theoretical knowledge. While they may face some physical challenges in operations requiring strength, they consistently overcome these challenges very well.
Once we enter the cockpit, we leave all personal thoughts, emotions, and family concerns behind that door. We focus on our responsibilities, on the sky ahead, ensuring absolute safety for the flight. I hope that young people, especially girls, will overcome gender stereotypes and fears so that they can persevere and strive to achieve their passion.
Not just in Vietnam, but in India, where traditional gender roles have long been entrenched, women are defying expectations. Through the government-backed Nano Drone Didi program, thousands of rural women are gaining the skills and technology to become certified drone pilots. The initiative not only breaks social barriers, but also transforms traditional farming, making it more efficient, sustainable, and inclusive.
For many women like Rupinder Kaur living across India's rural hinterland, just leaving home for the day is a big deal. But now she leaves home and her own village several times a week to pilot agricultural drones to help farmers spray pesticides and fertilizers over their crops. About 1 year ago, Kaur got word from her local women's self-help group about a program launched by the Indian government that helps train up rural women as full-fledged and licensed agricultural drone pilots, or Drone Didi, Hindi for Drone Sisters.
It's not even a very easy job for any common man, especially for women who are used to staying at home, and even coming out of home is believed to be a big deal, whether we are permitted to or not. We are doing this work and getting respect from society because of this. We are being respected by our families as well.
Agricultural drones are also gaining traction amongst farmers who view the high-tech practice as more sustainable and cheaper than the traditional methods of hiring laborers to do the same job.
The drone is saving us a lot of time. We don't need to go around looking for water. The situation in our village is that we don't have a good electricity supply, so we're required to collect water and store it.
Drone is helping them and giving them respect in the society. They're earning the fame that yes, women can do anything. They can be at home, they can be in kitchen, but also in the farm and earn the money.
The program, officially dubbed Namo Drone Didi, promises to provide 15,000 selected women's self-help groups or financial intermediaries for women across India with industrial-grade drones in a push to empower women.
Moving on to other news, starting March the 15th, Vietnam will grant visa exemptions to citizens of 12 countries. These citizens can enter Vietnam and stay for up to 45 days without a visa, regardless of their passport type or purpose of entry, provided they meet Vietnam's entry requirements. The visa exemption policy runs from March the 15th of 2025 to March the 14th of 2028, with possible extensions under Vietnamese law. Vietnam's food market has experienced robust growth recently, with more than 84,000 regular food products and over 54,500 functional food products on the market. A substantial number of food processing enterprises operate in this sector. The draft amendment of Decree 15 on food safety is currently under public consultation, though it has sparked numerous concerns among businesses and industry associations.
This farm specializes in producing and distributing certified organic vegetables in Vietnam, using packaging solely to preserve food quality. However, the owner remains concerned about whether his products will be classified as packaged foods, a designation that comes with numerous administrative procedures and detailed product information disclosure.
As a small operation, we find these new requirements unfamiliar and confusing, with many unclear administrative procedures.
Under the regulation's self-declaration procedures, businesses must wait 7 days after submitting an application before the management agency begins its 3-month review period. This lengthy period will severely impact business plans and could lead to annual losses in the millions of USD.
Many countries, such as those in South America, require a Certificate of Free Sale, CFS, which involves compliance with standards. This regulation, along with the self-declaration process in Draft Decree 15, would create significant challenges for exports.
The Ho Chi Minh City Food Association has recently received hundreds of responses from businesses. Most expressed serious concerns about the proposed increase in administrative procedures, which would grow 4- to 6-fold across 3 categories: product self-declaration, declaration registration, and declaration re-registration.
If the amendment is applied, we will be at a severe disadvantage in our own market due to increased costs and longer processing times. How can we compete with imported goods in the domestic market?
Decree 15 on food safety significantly impacts thousands of food processing and manufacturing enterprises while broadly affecting Vietnam's agricultural supply chain. Thorough consideration of enterprise feedback before amending this decree could provide fresh growth opportunities for small and medium businesses.
Coming up next, major cyber fraud ring busted in Ho Chi Minh City. And heritage route Hội An Mỹ Sơn Đông Giang's Heaven Gate announced. Welcome back to VTV News. Criminals are using increasingly sophisticated technology to scam victims through social media, fake messages, calls, websites, and apps. Ho Chi Minh City Police have dismantled a high-tech criminal network responsible for defrauding victims of tens of billions of Vietnamese dong. More to follow.
The recently dismantled high-tech criminal network was led by Lê Thị Kim Hoa, born 1993, and Dao Thị Kieu Oanh, born 1989, who operated under the guise of a financial consulting company to carry out fraud.
The suspects used various tactics, including renting office space, purchasing customer information, and exploiting electronic data. They called victims, requested ID codes, credit card numbers, and OTPs to steal money.
Taking advantage of unsuspecting credit card and Visa MasterCard holders, the scammers pretended to be bank employees and offered a fake promotion. They claimed cardholders could withdraw 75% of their credit limit and transfer it to an ATM card without fees.
This was a sophisticated, organized criminal operation. The ringleaders hired managers, telesales staff, and IT specialists using telecommunications networks and computer systems. Their calling software only allowed one-way calls, preventing victims from calling back. In this network alone, over 460 cardholders were scammed. The city's police investigation agency has prosecuted 38 suspects, including 2 masterminds who established a company posing as a financial consulting firm. They recruited and trained a large workforce to impersonate bank employees and defraud credit and debit card holders online.
Investigators continue working to fully dismantle the criminal network and ensure all perpetrators face justice.
The Nhon Hanoi Railway project reached a key milestone when its tunnel boring machine, Expressway, arrived at S10 Cát Linh station on Friday. The machine began excavation at S9 Kim Ma on July the 30th last year, successfully boring and installing nearly 1,400 meters of tunneling lining to reach S10 Cát Linh while meeting all technical and environmental standards. A second tunnel boring machine began operation on February the 3rd, and both machines are expected to complete tunneling by the end of this year. Vietnam-China intermodal rail freight surged 753% in the first 2 months of this year. Goods originate from 25 Chinese provinces, with shipments crossing into ASEAN countries, including Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. In addition, the upcoming Hữu Nghị Gate of Vietnam and Friendship Pass of China Smart Border Gate project will enable 24/7 automated custom clearance. Once operational, shipments from Nanning, Guangxi, China to Hanoi, Vietnam will arrive within 24 hours. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm recently directed authorities to immediately reduce administrative processing times and business costs by at least 30% and eliminate around a third of unnecessary business conditions. Enterprises in Ho Chi Minh City believe these reforms will be a significant step forward if successfully implemented, providing momentum for economic growth exceeding 8%.
This company is passionate about its work in social housing projects, but land valuation challenges remain a major obstacle. It has been pushed to the brink trying to navigate ambiguous regulations without knowing what went wrong.
If we could reduce project approval times by 30%, it would be a game changer. We should also reduce the number of approval steps that require irrelevant agencies' opinions.
At a recent conference between city leaders and the local business community, many businesses emphasized the city's strength in trade and services, therefore calling for priority policies in these sectors. A key focus should be streamlining procedures to attract investment.
There needs to be a clear policy framework, including duty-free shopping in city centers. Many overseas Vietnamese are also traveling to shop in Thailand and Singapore, causing Vietnam to lose out on potential revenue.
HCMC has identified 2025 as a pivotal year for Ho Chi Minh City to accelerate growth and achieve double-digit expansion. One major initiative is the establishment of a public administrative center.
I have set up a special working team to resolve bottlenecks and am signing up as its leader. We aim to resolve 50% of centrally regulated issues and 100% of those within the city's authority.
Experts stress that the city must prioritize public investment disbursement, enhance logistics infrastructure, expand the metro network to ease congestion, and improve freight transport efficiency. A coordinated and effective implementation of these measures will propel sustainable economic growth.
Today, March the 8th, the Quảng Nam People's Committee hosted the International Travel Conference Quảng Nam 2025 and officially approved the heritage route Hội An Mỹ Sơn Đông Giang's Heaven's Gate, a unique tourism corridor rich in natural and cultural values. The province also awarded the Green Tourism Certification to Đông Giang's Heaven's Gate Eco-Tourism Area, which features Vietnam's longest dragon-shaped covered mountain corridor at 460 meters. The event also included the signing of memorandums of understanding for tourism cooperation. These initiatives aim to attract strategic investors, promote tourism products, and increase visitors' numbers to Quảng Nam. Vietnamese films are increasingly reaching international markets, reflecting growing demand, especially in regions with large Vietnamese communities. However, significant work remains before these films can reach broader local audiences and establish a stronger presence in the massive entertainment market.
The film Cheat Zo, Older Sister-in-Law, by director Kung Ngoc, recently screened in California, USA, to a packed theater of mostly Vietnamese viewers. Through the film, audiences connected with their mother tongue and saw reflections of their own lives in the story.
In recent years, every time a Vietnamese film is released, we line up to watch it. Being far from home, we really miss our culture and connections. These films truly touch my heart.
In the past few years, more Vietnamese films have made their way to the US, even receiving large-scale premieres and simultaneous releases in major theaters catering to local audiences. However, selecting the right Vietnamese film for release here is not simple.
When a film is released but isn't up to par or fails at the box office, it significantly impacts future Vietnamese films. Distributors only remember that the last Vietnamese film didn't perform well, which makes them hesitant. That's why selection is so critical. We only pick films we are certain have an audience.
Given these challenges, collaboration with Hollywood filmmakers has emerged as a key strategic direction at this seminar. These partnerships could leverage Vietnam's unique strengths.
I mean it. If we collaborate with filmmakers in the U.S., I truly believe the global reach of Vietnamese cinema will expand significantly. Both in terms of tangible aspects and cultural essence, Vietnam remains a land full of untapped potential. If explored properly, it could inspire some truly captivating films.
To thrive in competitive markets like the U.S., Vietnamese cinema must leverage its unique cultural identity, considered the strongest foundation for global reach and lasting impact.
Now, a special art exhibition has launched in Paris, France, marking an important step in promoting Vietnamese art and culture globally. Featuring renowned artists, brands, and designers, the exhibition offers a fresh perspective on Vietnam as a dynamic, creative, and evolving country.
Held at a major gallery opposite the Centre Pompidou, a renowned museum of modern art, the opening of Vietnam Opening Doors attracted both Vietnam enthusiasts and contemporary global art lovers. The presence of acclaimed artists Trần Trọng Vũ, Lý Quý Khánh, Nguyễn Xuân Thu, Jacqueline Lum, Trong Jan Nguyen, and Chin Lê, each with their distinct artistic styles, sparked great curiosity among Parisian art enthusiasts.
I find the artworks to be of excellent quality, and their colors are truly remarkable. For me, this is a wonderful discovery. I feel that they have truly found their place here.
The 6 artists and the Bát Trang Museum Art Studio, each with their distinctive creative vision, captivated audiences while offering a fresh lens through which to view Vietnam. Through diverse artistic expressions, the exhibition paints a multifaceted, contemporary portrait of Vietnamese creativity.
Vietnam is incredibly beautiful and rich in cultural essence. I have poured all my energy into these 5 creations to showcase a vibrant and radiant Vietnam to the world. The exhibition highlights the need for the world to recognize that Vietnam has grown, evolved significantly, and is undergoing a profound transformation.
Vietnamese ambassador to France, Dinh Thuan Phang, and Vietnamese ambassador to UNESCO, Nguyen Thị Vân Anh, were also present at the opening ceremony. They shared their thoughts and encouraged initiatives that promote Vietnamese culture globally.
Coming up next in our world news. Crackdown on scam centers in northern Myanmar. And later on, U.S. likely to ban DeepSeek from government devices. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi announced on Friday that scam centers near Myanmar's northern border have been completely dismantled. In a joint effort, China, Thailand, Myanmar, and Laos are working together to combat online fraud operations along the Thailand-Myanmar border. Their aim is to protect potential victims and eliminate these criminal hubs. The crackdown follows reports of thousands being tricked by fake job offers and forced to work in scam centers across Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos, where they were coerced into conducting online fraud targeting victims in various countries. The White House is weighing measures to restrict Chinese AI startup DeepSeek, including banning its chatbot from government devices due to national security concerns, according to people familiar with the matter. U.S. officials are concerned about DeepSeek's handling of user data, which the company stores on servers in China. Officials also say DeepSeek has not adequately explained its data usage practices or who can access the data. Several countries have recently imposed restrictions on DeepSeek. Italy has removed the app from its stores. South Korea has suspended new downloads over privacy concerns, while Australia and Canada have banned DeepSeek on government devices. Moving on to weather updates, the Mekong Delta will experience 2 saltwater intrusion waves during high tides this March. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment, the first wave will occur from March the 11th to the 15th, and the second from March the 27th. By April, saltwater intrusion will gradually decrease in the Mekong River estuaries. However, in the Vam Ngo River region, it may persist through April without rainfall. The highest salinity level is expected to reach 4 grams per liter in both areas. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast in Vietnam and around the world. And that's the end of VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile application or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.